Moving day at the John Deere Classic. TPC Deere Run is buzzing. The crowds are packing the fairways along the Illinois-Iowa border. And the leaderboard. It's absolutely stacked with storylines that are going to make this Saturday unforgettable. Lucas Glover is your man to beat at 14 under par. The 2021 champion is playing like he owns this place. 2 rounds, no bogeys, a 2-shot lead, and an iron game that is absolutely surgical. But here's the thing about the John Deere Classic. Leads don't hold here. This is the tournament where Steve Stricker won 3 in a row. This is where Jordan Spieth got his first PGA Tour victory at 19 years old. This is where magic happens. And right on Glover's tail? Lee Hodges at 12 under. Zac Blair lurking at 11 under. A pack of 6 players tied at 10 under, including Tyler Duncan, Troy Merritt, and David Lipsky. Max Homa at 9 under. Zach Johnson and Chris Goddard at 8 under. The leaderboard is so tight you could stretch a blanket over half the field. But here's what makes this Saturday truly electric: the pairings. The R&A style format puts the leaders together in the final groups, and the tee times just dropped. We know exactly who's playing with who, when they tee off, and where you can watch every single shot. Lucas Glover, Lee Hodges, and Zac Blair, the top 3 on the leaderboard, will all be grouped together in the final group of the day. That's right. The 3 men with the lowest scores will battle it out head-to-head in what promises to be the most intense round of golf this season. And that's just the beginning. We've got major champions, Ryder Cup captains, rising stars, and a field that's absolutely stacked. So grab your coffee, set your alarms, and let's break down exactly what's happening on moving day at the John Deere Classic. The final group, leaders at war. All right, let's get straight to the main event. The final group of the day. The 3 men at the top of the leaderboard. This is the grouping that everyone's been waiting for, and it's absolutely perfect. At 11:35 a.m. Central Time, that's 12:35 p.m. Eastern Time, the final group of the day will tee off from the first tee. And it's a heavyweight trio. Lucas Glover, 14 under, the solo leader, 2-shot cushion. Lee Hodges, 12 under, sitting pretty in second place. Zac Blair, 11 under, the only other player within 3 shots of the lead. 3 players. 1 group. Everything on the line. Let's start with Lucas Glover. The 46-year-old veteran has been absolutely flawless this week. Through 36 holes, he has yet to make a single bogey. Not one. His posted rounds of 63 and 65 to get to 14 under par. And here's the crazy part. He's been terrible off the tee. He's barely made any long putts. But his iron play? It's been absolutely surgical. He's gaining more than 7 strokes on the field with his approach shots alone. That's not just good. That's generational. But Glover has a history at this event. He won in 2021. He finished T5 last year. He knows how to navigate TPC Deere Run when the pressure is on. But he also knows that no lead is safe on moving day. Then there's Lee Hodges. He's at 12 under, just 2 shots back. He's playing some of the best golf of his career, and he's hungry. He's been on the radar for a while, and a win at the John Deere Classic would be a massive breakthrough. He's going to be aggressive on Saturday. He has to be. Playing from behind means taking risks, and Hodges has the game to do it. And then there's Zac Blair. At 11 under, he's the only other player within 3 shots of Glover. Blair has been quietly consistent all week, and is the kind of player who thrives when the spotlight isn't on him. But now the spotlight is on him. He's in the final group. He's going head-to-head with 2 of the best players on the course. This is his chance to announce himself. The R&A style format for Saturday means that players are grouped based on their scores through 36 holes. The leaders go out last. The trailers go out first. And by the time the final group tees off, the course will be baked in, the crowds will be at their loudest, and the pressure will be at its peak. This is what golf fans live for. 3 players. 1 group. A championship on the line. The chasing pack, stars poised to strike. If you think the final group is the only place where drama will unfold, think again. The chasing pack at TPC Deere Run is loaded with star power, and they're all within striking distance. Let's start with the group at 10 under par. 6 players are tied at that number: Jackson Suba, Tyler Duncan, Troy Merritt, David Lipsky, Rio Hisachun, and Ben Coles. They're just 4 shots off the lead. One hot stretch on Saturday morning could change everything. Tyler Duncan is a familiar name to golf fans. He's been around for a while, and he knows how to win. Troy Merritt is another veteran who's been grinding on tour for years. David Lipsky is playing some of the best golf of his career. And Ryo Hisatsune. He's the young gun who's been making waves all season. But here's the group that really catches your eye. At 9 under par is Max Homa. That's right. Max Homa, 6-time PGA Tour winner, one of the most popular players in the game, and a guy who's been on the verge of something big for a while now. He's just 5 shots back. And if Homa goes low on Saturday, watch out. And then you've got the group at 8 under par. This is where things get spicy. Tied at 8 under are Chris Gotterup, Zach Johnson, Ben Griffin, and 5 others. Let's break that down. Chris Gotterup is a 4-time PGA Tour winner who's been playing incredible golf all season. He's right in the mix. Zach Johnson, the 2015 Open champion, the 2023 Ryder Cup captain, and a true legend of the game, is also at 8 under. Johnson has won this event before. He knows TPC Deere Run like the back of his hand. And he's not done yet. Ben Griffin is the young star who's been turning heads all year. He's got the game, the confidence, and the hunger to win. And he's right in the thick of it. ND, here's a name you might not expect, Jordan Spieth. The 2-time John Deere Classic champion is at 3 under through 36 holes, making the cut on the number. He's lurking. He's dangerous. And if he finds his rhythm on Saturday, he could go low and throw his name into contention. The chasing pack is deep. It's talented. And it's hungry. Don't think for a second that the final group is the only place where drama will unfold. Chapter heading, full round 3 tee times, when the stars tee off. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. You want to know when your favorite players are teeing off. You want to plan your Saturday around the action. Here's the complete breakdown of round 3 tee times at the John Deere Classic. The first groups will tee off at 6:31 a.m. Central Time, with the final group going off at 11:35 a.m. Central Time. The action will be non-stop from start to finish. Let's start with the early wave. 6:31 a.m. Central Time, Michael Fiegels and Adrian Dumont de Chassar kick things off. 2 young players looking to make a name for themselves. 6:42 a.m. Central Time, Max McGreevy and AJ Hewitt tee off. Both players have been solid all week, and they'll be looking to move up the leaderboard early. 6:53 a.m. Central Time, Jordan Spieth, Mackenzie Hughes, and Eric Van Rooyen. This is a marquee group right out of the gate. Spieth is the 2-time champion of this event, and he made the cut on the number. He's got work to do, but he's got the experience to do it. 7:04 a.m. Central Time, Mark Hubbard, Nick Dunlap, and Eric Cole. A solid group with some serious talent. 7:15 a.m. Central Time, Zach Blair, Keita Nakajima, and Fabian Gomez. Nakajima is an international star who's been making waves. Keep an eye on this group. 7:26 a.m. Central Time, Will Gordon, Keegan Bradley, and David Skins. Keegan Bradley is a major champion and a Ryder Cup hero. He's at 8 under and could make a move on Saturday. 7:37 a.m. Central Time, Jonathan Bird, Ricky Fowler, and Keith Mitchell. Ricky Fowler is one of the most popular players on tour. He's been inconsistent this season, but when he's on, he's electric. This group is must-watch television. 7:48 a.m. Central Time, Camilo Villegas, Trace Crowe, and Lanto Griffin. 8:05 a.m. Central Time, Ryan Vuis, Davis Thompson, and Matt Wallace. 8:16 a.m. Central Time, Tony Finau, Kevin Yu, and Matt Kuchar. Finau is a perennial contender, Kuchar is a fan favorite, and Yu is the rising star. This group is loaded. 8:27 a.m. Central Time, Joel Darman, Tom Hoge, and Austin Eckroat. 8:38 a.m. Central Time, JT Poston, Jacob Bridgman, and Davis Riley. 8:49 a.m. Central Time, Ryan Brem, Bo Hostler, and Pearson Coody. 9 a.m. Central Time, Mac Meissner, Nicholas Lindheim, and Rafael Campos.
9:11 a.m. CT Sungjae Im, Carl Phillips, and Peter Malnati.
Sungjae Im is a world-class player who's been knocking on the door. This group has serious potential. 9:28 a.m. Central Time, Gordon Sargent, Stefan Jaeger, and Patrick Fishburne. Sargent is one of the most exciting young amateurs in the game. This is a must-watch. 9:39 a.m. Central Time, Emiliano Grillo, Chandler Phillips, and Zuching Dao. 9:50 a.m. Central Time, Luke Gutschewski, Stephen Fisk, and Christiaan Bezuidenhout. 10:01 a.m. Central Time, Blades Brown, Preston Stout, and Chan Kim. Blades Brown is an amateur phenom, and is playing with the pros on Saturday. This is the future of golf right here. 1:12 a.m. Central Time, Andrew Putnam, Austin Smotherman, and Aaron Wise. 10:23 a.m. Central Time, Harry Higgs, Tom Kim, and Davis Chatfield. 10:34 a.m. Central Time, Michael Brennan, Doug Gim, and Hayden Springer. 10:51 a.m. Central Time, Pontus Nyholm, William Mao, and Ben Griffin. 11:02 a.m. Central Time, Max Homa, Zach Johnson, and Chris Gotterup. Let me stop right here. This group is absolute fire. Homa at 9 under. Johnson at 8 under. Gotterup at 8 under. This is a group that could change the entire complexion of the tournament on Saturday. 11:13 a.m. Central Time, David Lipsky, Rio Hisachun, and Ben Coles. All three are tied at 10 under. This is the highest-ranked non-leader group of the day. 11:24 a.m. Central Time, Jackson Suba, Tyler Duncan, and Troy Merritt. Also at 10 under. This group is right in the mix. 11:35 a.m. Central Time, Lucas Glover, Lee Hodges, and Zac Blair. The final group. The leaders. The three men at the top of the leaderboard. This is where the championship will be decided. How to watch. TV, streaming, and featured groups. Alright, you've got the tee times. Now you need to know where to watch. Because there's nothing worse than knowing when your favorite player is teeing off and not having a way to see it. Here's the full TV and streaming schedule for Round 3 of the John Deere Classic. ESPN Plus, PGA Tour Live. Coverage begins at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time and runs all the way through 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is your best bet for comprehensive coverage. You'll get the main feed, featuring the best action from across the course, plus featured groups and featured holes. Golf Channel. The broadcast kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and runs until 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the early afternoon window for television viewers. CBS. The main broadcast takes over at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and runs until 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This is where you'll see the leaders come down the stretch. Paramount Plus. For those streaming online, CBS's coverage is available on Paramount Plus with the premium plan. DirecTV Stream. All Golf Channel and CBS coverage is available on DirecTV Stream. Now, let's talk about the feature groups. Because that's where the real drama happens. On Saturday, PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus will feature multiple streams. The marquee group stream will showcase a group of players with every shot from each player in the group. The featured group stream will cover 2 concurrent featured groups. And the featured hole stream will focus on 4 key holes: the par 3 3rd, the par 3 12th, the par 4 14th, and the par 3 16th. As of right now, the specific featured groups for Saturday haven't been confirmed, but based on the pairings and the star power, we can make some educated guesses. The group of Max Homa, Zach Johnson, and Chris Gotterup at 11:02 a.m. Central Time is almost certainly going to be a featured group. That's 3 major stars, all within 5 shots of the lead. It's must-watch television. The group of Lucas Glover, Lee Hodges, and Zac Blair at 11:35 a.m. Central Time will almost certainly be the marquee group. That's the 3 leaders. That's where the championship is going to be decided. And the group of Jordan Spieth, Mackenzie Hughes, and Eric Van Rooyen at 6:53 a.m. Central Time? Spieth is a 2-time champion of this event. He's a former world number 1. He's a major champion. He's going to be on every stream available. If you're a true golf fan, you're going to want to have ESPN Plus running on your phone, the Golf Channel on your TV, and CBS on your tablet. You don't want to miss a single shot. The bigger picture. Why this Saturday matters. This Saturday at the John Deere Classic isn't just another moving day. It's a moment. It's a turning point. And it's a preview of what's to come in the world of golf. First, let's talk about the leader. Lucas Glover is 46 years old. He's been through the grind. He's won majors. He's been a Ryder Cup player. And is playing some of the best golf of his career at a time when most players are winding down. If Glover holds on and wins on Sunday, it's not just another victory. It's a statement. It's proof that age is just a number, and that experience matters in this game. But the chasing pack is just as compelling. Max Homa is one of the most popular players on tour, and has been searching for that signature win. Zach Johnson is a former Open champion and a Ryder Cup captain who's still got the fire in his belly. Chris Goddard is a 4-time winner who's on the verge of something big. And then there's Jordan Spieth. At 3 under, he's not exactly in the mix. But Spieth has won this tournament twice. He knows how to go low at TPC Deere Run. If he finds his rhythm on Saturday and shoots a 63, he's right back in the tournament. And that would be the story of the week. But here's the bigger picture. The John Deere Classic is the final event before the Open Championship. Next week, the PGA Tour ships out to the UK for the 2026 Open at Royal Birkdale. For a lot of these players, this week is their last chance to fine-tune their game, to build confidence, to feel the pressure of competition before the biggest major of the. For Zach Johnson, this is particularly important. He's skipping the Open at Royal Birkdale because he can't play 4 weeks in a row. But he's playing the John Deere Classic. He's grinding it out. He's trying to win. And if he does, it's a massive statement about where his game is at. And let's not forget the young guns. Jackson Koiven, the former world #1 amateur, made his professional debut this week. He missed the cut, but is going to learn from this experience. Blades Brown, the amateur phenom, made the cut and is playing on Saturday. Gordon Sargent, another amateur standout, is also in the field. The future of golf is on full display at TPC Deere Run. This Saturday matters because it's a crossroads. The old guard is still fighting. The new generation is rising. And the best players in the world are all in one place, battling it out for a trophy and a share of the spotlight. So whether you're a diehard fan, a casual observer, or someone who just loves the drama of competition, this is the Saturday you want to watch.